Hey guys, C-Man235 back with another video, and I know I'm incredibly late on this, but I've been either busy or sick. I was actually sick the last week, but I'm here now, and I'm going to tell you what I thought of 2014 as a whole. It was actually pretty good. For entertainment-wise, anyway. Gonna have a list of things that I saw, whether they be movies, whether I played certain video games, or TV shows for specific seasons I saw in 2014. Now, some seasons went on for multiple years, like for example with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I believe, the third season that started last year is still going on this year, so I'm going to talk about that season, or at least the episodes so far. But I'm not going to spend too long on each of them because it's not a huge list, but it's huge enough, and I don't want this video to take 40 minutes. I'm going to try not to have it 40 minutes anyway. I have a lot more movies to talk about as well than I do games and TV shows. I don't really buy many new games, to be honest, unless they're sequels to games I like, games that I'm interested in to begin with, you know, because I don't really buy many new games, you know. At least not, I don't buy new games when like they're first released, you know. Even with Pokemon, I had to wait until December to play it. I didn't play it in November like a lot of other people did. Then I'm sure a lot of people did that because Smash Brothers was released on the same day. Damn you, Nintendo. Seriously, you want all of our money? It's a stupid question, of course they do. Anyway, so there's not many games on here, there's not many TV show stuff on here because I don't really watch TV, so most of it's going to be movies. I'll get the games and TV shows out of the way first though, because since there's so few of them, I'm going to be talking about more movies anyway. Anyway, now on to games. First off, the one everyone was probably looking forward to, or, you know, in terms of what games were being released, this was the one like everyone was looking forward to, and now it's finally here. Super Smash Brothers for Wii U and 3DS. Let's talk about the 3DS version first, since it is the version that was released first. I feel it deserves as such. The 3DS version by no means is a bad version of Super Smash Brothers. It is a good Super Smash Brothers game. It's not my favorite though. I will be honest, I am not too crazy about using the 3DS as a controller. The controls, it's not so much the controls, it's more the way the buttons are laid out, and it's not even that even. It's more the circle pad. You know, the little not analog stick thingamaffucker, that thing. You know, I really would like it if Nintendo kind of made a much bigger handheld system so they'd have some kind of analog sticks on there or something, but sadly they didn't do that, and I don't think they ever will. But with that said, you know, the 3DS version is by no means bad, it's just very flawed in terms of controls. I liked it though, I still think it's a good game. It has some things that the the Wii U version doesn't, like Smash Run, which is okay. At first I didn't really like it so much due to the whole random factor, but now I consider it okay. It's an average mode. It's better than Smash Tour, I'll say that. Smash Tour wasn't very good. It wasn't as bad as people say it is. People say it's like one of the worst things Smash has ever done, which I don't think it is, but it's not very good. Anyway, Smash Run. It's a fun mode. It's okay. Pretty much what we are doing in Smash Run is well, like I said in the direct impressions videos, if you've actually been following this channel, which I doubt any of you have, you know, it's pretty much city trial mode, I believe, for Kirby's Air Ride, only for Smash Brothers, and it's done in a similar style to the Subspace Emissary, which I believe there was Subspace Emissary enemies in earlier versions, because I haven't seen one single Primid, that's what the little guys are called. But anyway, I haven't seen one enemy from Subspace. I thought they were, because they were in the not the E3 footage, the direct footage that we got for the both versions of Smash, actually. Anyway, the 3DS version is good in its own right. I don't think it's as good as any of, like, I don't think it's as good as Melee or Brawl or Even Wii U, obviously. Wii U's obviously 10 times better. But it is still a good game in its own right. And hey, it's handheld Smash Brothers on the go, so that's its selling point. And I'd recommend getting it just for that. So the Wii U version, though, is a completely different story. The Wii U version is by far the best Smash game so far. I'm not gonna go too in depth because I do want to save this for like a retrospective of the entire Smash series that I plan on doing. That's this project I actually announced all the way back in November. Still haven't recorded it yet. I will record it. I need to get my friend over here because he wants to join me on this. So that's why I had to kind of delay it, recording schedules. The last time I was able to record with him was the episode 1 movie commentary. So. You can look that up, shameless plug. Not that anyone really cares, but, you know. Anyway, back to my original point. Wii U is fantastic. The way it plays, the way it feels, everything was just fine-tuned to me, absolute perfection. I think this is the best gameplay we've had in a Smash game so far. It's not too floaty like Brawl was, yet it's not too fast like Melee was. That's not to say I don't like Brawl or Melee. Brawl was my favorite game for a while, and, you know, in some ways it still is, and in some ways it isn't, but Smash Wii U definitely has the better gameplay. On the single-player aspect, I was a little disappointed. Not by a whole lot. There is a lot to do, and I admire it for that. My only gripes with it is that, even though it was very average, I did kind of like the Subspace Emissary as an idea, and I wanted it to return. I mean, Brawl's Subspace Emissary, its adventure mode was okay. It wasn't anything special, but one thing I did miss was the boss battles. Those were awesome, and it's sad that they didn't bring them back. I mean, they have the bosses and the stages now, and that's kind of okay, I guess, but I still like the boss fights. They also cut out a couple of modes that I really liked, like, again, boss battles mode, and I think that's about it. Also, some of the modes have been dumbed down a bit. I'm not a huge fan of the way Classic is in Smash Wii U. I'm not a huge fan of All-Star mode at all. All-Star mode to me is terribly designed. You wanna know why? A lack of continues. Now, this would not be a problem if the stage hazards weren't on. But the stage hazards are on. And considering that some of the stage hazards are really bad, like Yellow Devil, Ridley, and Nabbit, which can pretty much kill you instantly. Okay, Ridley and White, not White, Yellow Devil can't kill you instantly, but you get what I mean. They're ridiculously, they fight on the battlefield way too much against the other opponents, and it is just so cheap. I dread every time I go to the Mega Man stage in All-Star mode because I have a fear of dying there. And I take so much damage that I have no choice but to get a heart container by the end of it. I hate the way they design All-Star mode in that. In fact, All-Star mode for multiplayer is actually the better mode. You wanna know why? Because all the stages are in their final destination forms. For some reason, I don't know why, but they are. And it is so much of a better experience there. Because not only are you with a friend, but you also have no stage hazards to get in the way. I would have no problem with All-Star mode then if the stage hazards were just turned off for that one mode. They're actually turned off in the 3DS version, or at least the major ones that are a major pain in the ass, like Yellow Devil. So I don't know why they didn't do it for the Wii U version. But that's enough about ranting about All-Star mode. The stuff that is good is really good. The online's been significantly improved for both games, even though it's not quite perfect, but it's still much better than Brawl's. 9 out of 10, I get a good match. So, props to you on that one. Again, the gameplay is a lot smoother than any other Smash game. I feel like I'm in complete control whenever I play it. And a lot of the stages, the newer ones especially, are really fun. Like, I love the Mario Kart 8 track. I love the Pac-Man level, Pac-Land, I believe it's called. And I also like Windy Hill Zone. It's better than Green Hill Zone. So yeah, with that said, it's both games are great, you know. Even though I harped on the 3DS version a little more, I still think it's a good version. But the Wii U version is a superior version, and I'm not even going to tell you to buy it because you already know you're supposed to buy it. If you have a Wii U, you have no excuse. You have to buy this game. Next up is Mario Kart 8. This is the one that came out. I know it came out before Pokemon and Smash, but Mario Kart, I wanted to talk about Smash a bit, because it's Smash Brothers. Mario Kart 8, though. Mario Kart 8 is a fantastic game. I have impressions on it, so I'm not going to spend too long, but I will say this. It is the best Mario Kart game. It plays very, very smoothly. The game is gorgeous, and the soundtrack is one of the best soundtracks I've heard in a Mario game ever. Even though it's a spin-off game, but still, it's really good. Bowser's Castle, Moo Moo Meadows, and what was that other stage? Darn it, what was that other stage? I don't know. I forget what the stage was. I forget what it's called. Shy Guy Falls. That's what it's called. Shy Guy Falls. I forget the names. I remember the track layouts, not the names. But I might as well take the time, since it has been released, to talk about the first DLC pack. I'm not gonna spend too long on this, since it is DLC. But it's some of the best DLC I've actually ever bought, because it's actually worthwhile. It's not Capcom DLC, where it's on the disc. Thank God. I don't think Nintendo would do that to piss off their fans. I don't think they would anyway. Better not. Anyway, the DLC. Playing as Link is really fun, and I love all the stages they brought in. I love that they brought in the SNES Rainbow Road. I didn't think they would. I honestly didn't think they would, but they did, and I really like that track. It's actually become one of my favorite tracks now, just because of how simple it is, yet how beautiful it is. And also, it's just a fun track to race on. And I also love the new Zelda stage. I love the F-Zero stage, Mute City. And I also love some of the new tracks they made. They actually made a couple original tracks, which I give them props for. That's actually really cool. So, the DLC is excellent, and I'm currently waiting for the second pack so I can... Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, though I only have Omega Ruby. It is a good game. I do feel it is a bit flawed with the campaign mode, and mainly how the world's designed, but I guess they had to be accurate to the original in some way. I guess they had to take a hit, but still, for what they did fix stuff really well. For one thing, I really like that they shortened the routes where you are required to use Surf, so IGN, too much water, shut up. Anyway, they shortened those routes, so I'm really thankful that they did that. At the same time, because of the X and Y gameplay, I just feel the gameplay is a lot better, a lot more balanced this time around. And also, they added Mega Evolutions, which, you know, I think is cool. And the Experience Share, which is also cool, so. I know some people think the Experience Share is cheap, but it keeps the game going for me, and I personally really like it. So, but I actually do like a lot of the new Mega Evolutions, and the post-game is really good. They actually did a lot of things I really wish other games would have done before. For one thing, you can fly anywhere now. You can fly to routes, you can fly to caves, you can't fly to routes that are obviously made up of water, but still, you get my point. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Seriously, you don't know how much of a blessing that is. It makes traveling a breeze. Also, you can rebattle trainers, which is awesome. Berries are back, which again is great. Contests are back, which I actually never did before, and the contests, from what I hear, are simplified and a lot more fun in this game, and I tried them, and they were okay. And I also really like how they added a bunch of extra new Pokemon, and even some new legendaries. You can even get the other starters if you, not just like, you know, Trico, Mudkip, and Torchic. You can also get like the other starters like Oshawott and Snivy, aka Smudleaf, and Tepig, and you can also get Turtwig, Piplup, Chimchar, and Totodile, Chikorita, and I just had it off the tip of my tongue. Cyndaquil, yeah. I'm tired, shut up. Anyway, with that said, Pokemon Omega Ruby is a massive improvement over Gen 3, which I felt was very flawed. And while it does have a few flaws of its own, it is a fine Pokemon game. And if you love Gen 3, you're going to love Pokemon Omega Ruby. Now onto the TV shows. First off is the big one, Legend of Korra. I actually talked about it a little bit in my Star Wars movie commentary, but it was just like a slight conversation, so it wasn't that huge. But Legend of Korra Season 3 and Season 4. All I can really say is that Season 3 was absolutely excellent, and so was Season 4. I liked Season 3 a little bit more, but Season 4 is still great, and of course, the ending is, you know, quite a shocker. I'm very shocked that they actually got away with what they did with Korra and Asami now being a couple. Give you props on that one. That was very well done. And, yeah, they were just great, they were great seasons, so... fantastic writing, fantastic villains. Zahir and Kuvira are now some of my favorite villains ever. And Korra grew as a character much more than she did in the other seasons. And I really, Korra I can now say is one of my favorite female protagonists in anything, just because of how much she grew as a character. She really matured into a, you know, into a very fully realized avatar. So. She was one of the best parts of Season 4, actually. Her journey, her growth was one of the best parts of Season 4. And, of course, both finales were absolutely excellent. Sonic Boom. Now, despite what you may be thinking, it's not the games that we know are total crap. I didn't put them on here because I didn't actually buy any of them. So you know how bad they are if I don't decide to buy them. I'm a huge Sonic fan, and I didn't even decide to buy them. But Sonic Boom, the TV show. It's okay. It's not that it's bad, it's just okay. You know, sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's not. Other times it's just, you know, it's just okay. That's all I can really say. The show is just okay. It has some funny writing at times. It has some funny moments. I'll say this, it is 10 times funnier than most of the stuff on Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon right now. And I'm talking about, you know, stuff like Fairly Odd Parents, Johnny Test, and SpongeBob and stuff like that. Not that Fairly Odd Parents and SpongeBob weren't great at a time. They were excellent at a time, but they stopped being good like 10 years ago, something like that. I think it was 10 years ago, actually, now that I think about it. When did the SpongeBob SquarePants movie come out? Was that like 2004 or 2005? Whenever the movie came out, that was where the show stopped being good. So the movie was great, and then anything afterwards is just either okay or just absolute crap. Ben 10 Omniverse. Yes, I actually do watch Ben 10 Omniverse, and it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Ben 10 Omniverse is really a show I never really took seriously, and it was one of those shows that was just really, really fun to watch, because the creators definitely had a fun time making episodes, and it continued that level of quality throughout the entire series. So, it was a lot of fun to watch, yeah, I really have nothing else to say about Ben 10 Omniverse. I really don't have anything else to say. The series ended like months ago, so I don't really have much else to add. Funny thing though, they were actually airing an episode a day, so I'm guessing Cartoon Network saw that Ben 10 Omniverse either was a show not getting very good ratings. A lot of fans roll their eyes at Omniverse, so it probably didn't get good ratings, and yes, my camera did cut there if you're wondering. So I'm guessing that because of that, they just decided to, okay, we'll finish making the episodes, and then we'll just air them once a day. And no one really watched them but me, so there you go. And then there's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2014 Season 2 and Season 3. Season 2 was excellent. They had a lot of funny episodes, and they had a lot of really cool episodes. The finale was something that really shocked me. The finale was really, really, really good. It was so much better than the Season 1 finale, and I even liked that finale, so definitely props to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles there. Though, it actually threw a couple of references to the 2003 cartoon, the one that I grew up with. Not the 80s cartoon, not that crap. I'm joking, I do like the 80s cartoon. But I actually grew up with the 2003 cartoon. You know, the scene where Leo's being thrown through the window by the Shredder. Actually, I don't think it was the Shredder, I think it was one of his minions. But still, the point is, they threw him through a window in April's house. That's very reminiscent of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2003 in the first season, The Shredder Strikes Back. I was actually watching the Turtles throwback episodes on Nicktoons, and I still think the cartoon holds up to this day anyway, back to the 2012 cartoon. It was a great finale, great season. I had a lot of fun. And season 3 has just been okay. Not great, just okay. The episodes are still fun. They're still funny. They're still really fun to watch. It's just they're taking a long time to get back to New York, don't you think? I mean, I understand that New York has become just it's pretty much been taken over by the I want to say Utroms because I'm so used to the 2003 cartoon. They're actually the Krang, but you know. When are they going to get back to New York? Are they going to get back to New York in the season 3 finale? I sure hope that's not the case because we were like I think 7 episodes in when we ended with the Speed Demon episode where like there was a mutant car. That episode we ended off on that episode after the show went on hiatus because I guess people were on holiday break or something. I don't know. Probably, I knew it was for the holidays. I knew that much. But I also, I'm just wondering. I'm just kind of waiting for them to go back to New York. I'm kind of sick of the filler episodes. I mean, they still have good episodes. Don't get me wrong, but they're really shoving out a lot of filler. Just, I don't know. It just seems like to me they should have gone back by now. It's fine for like the first 5 episodes because Leo is still recovering. By the way, the most recent episode that aired, I think on Sunday or Saturday, was really good. The one where Leo and April have to save the Turtles and Casey from a giant chimera. But I still think you can't drag out them staying at Casey's grandmother's house, I believe. You can't drag out staying there forever. At least sometime in the middle of the season, you gotta go back. You know, where's Splinter? What's Splinter been up to? He's still in Krang, York City. But so where's Splinter? What happened to him? We don't know. What happened to Karai? What happened to Shredder? What happened to Shredder's Dunes? We don't know because they haven't showed us anything yet. So I'm just kind of waiting for them to go back to New York, or at least focus on going back to New York at some point. So, still a good season. I'm just waiting for them to do something. I'll probably get my wish in like the next couple of episodes or so. So, I just hope they don't drag it out towards the season finale though, because if they do that, that's gonna be really disappointing. Because then it's just gonna be a season made up of filler episodes. And then there is the movies, which there's a lot of them. So I'm actually gonna talk about them in a separate video. So, because this video is getting kind of long. It's already probably past the 24-minute mark. So, I'm going to record the second part of this, and this will just be plainly for movies. So, yeah. See you guys in part 2.